Ladies, you're now live.
Good morning, everyone.
Did you give me a paper? Paper?
You know I have both of them.
Thank you.
No, not that one. There you go.
I didn't check. I didn't get any emails for birthdays, but I didn't check anything else.
I referenced the list we had. So.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't have any emails. I didn't have any emails for birthdays, people. Come on.
If you have them, share them or post them on our feed.
Yes. Check.
Good morning, Dad.
Good morning, Ace. I'm just going to start calling him Dad.
I'm working on that project. If your children didn't have so many spouses, it wouldn't take me so long.
And she's not talking about herself.
I wanted 4 kids. There's 10 marriages.
Oh, wow.
So I'm throwing some shade there just because it's making my project difficult. Hello, Neil.
Hi, Nell.
Mid-60s today with a chance of rain tomorrow here. Hi, Leslie.
I have 2 birthdays. Oh, give me a second. Okay. You ready?
Yep. Welcome to are we there?
It's weird.
Oh, all your volumes are turned down.
Why'd you do that for, Jen?
I'll tell you why later. Hey, welcome to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer Blackwell.
And I'm Teresa Straub.
We are here live on Z93 Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and that's what happened when I tweet things. When
I
Teresa steps
remember.
out of the studio.
Yeah, I know. But now I remember why you did it, because I think I was standing here when you did it. She's messing with my controls, but it's okay.
Friday was a long time ago.
It's okay. No problem. We got it worked out.
That's right. We are here live on both radio stations. Plus, you can also watch us on the FTS Automotive Facebook Live feed. Coming up on the show today, we have Anna Wilson with Yuma Assisted Living, and Howard Blitz will be here from the Freedom Library talking about a takeover they have coming up. Always a great time to get food and help out an organization at the same time.
Yes, and we want to say good morning to everybody watching us on Facebook Live so far. We have Leslie. Janelle is tuning in from Iowa, and of course, Jen's dad, Ace.
Morning, Dad.
Wanda, we want to say good morning to all of you. And if you do not currently follow us on Facebook Live, we encourage you to do so. It's just a way to get a behind the scenes of what goes on when Z93 Outlaw Country and MonsterMediaYuma.com goes to break.
You missed one. Another one that's watching right now, Max from the Bob and Sherry Show.
Really, Max?
Hey, Max, good morning.
He didn't pop up on my side yet, so I haven't seen it at all. But we definitely want to say good morning to Max.
Hello.
And like I said, encourage you guys to follow us on Facebook Live. If you do not, you can chime in with the conversation. You can post any comments or questions you have for our guests. You can do so right there on our Facebook Live feed.
Good morning, Jay Worm. Congratulations on the recent nuptials, you newlywed you.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
Now, we do have some birthdays today, but before we move on to this week of birthdays, we have to draw a winner for our Firehouse Subs birthdays last week.
Okay.
So I have the entries. I'm sorry, I cut them up kind of tiny.
No worries.
I'm going to have you here. I'm going to reach over. Our guest is here
Have
already.
our guest do it
All right,
real quick.
Anna, you're going to reach in and pick one there. Kind of shuffle them around a little bit. All right, and the winner is Dawn Goad.
There you, oh, that's my cousin.
Oh.
She can't win.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go ahead. Here, let's pick another
Again,
one.
I'm related to everybody.
All right. The second is Matt Mendez.
Pick another one.
Okay, this should be the lucky one.
Let's try again.
Anthony Almodovar.
Pick another one.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not
I'm
lying.
putting him on that birthday list.
Well, I want to say happy birthday to him, and people need to start putting those in.
Lenny Diaz.
There you go,
And
Lenny.
Lenny does not work in radio anymore, so
No.
he can actually win a prize now.
Yes, Lenny, you are the winner of the Firehouse Subs, and he's also one of Yuma's finest, isn't he?
You must find. Yes, he's one of our police officers.
There you go.
I'm like, is there a calendar I don't know about?
Well, I was talking about YPD. Now I know where your mind is at right now.
No, I just don't know. You have to have different lists for everything. Well, Lenny will win a medium sub from Firehouse, a drink, chips, and a dessert, and all of those who have birthdays that are on our list this week, unless you are related to us,
Probably me.
you will be entered into the drawing that we will do the end of this week. Again, you could be the winner of a medium sub, chips, drink, and dessert.
And dessert.
And dessert.
And dessert. It's usually an awesome cookie.
From Firehouse Subs, they have good brownies too.
Oh, do they? I have their brownies.
Our birthdays today, again, are brought to you by the Firehouse Subs. They provide the shout-outs each weekday, and it's brought to you by the Firehouse Public Safety Foundation. Nationally, their foundation has granted over $31 million to first responders.
Well, there we go. And you know what? We have some more birthdays to get to for this week.
That's right. Today we have Arturo Ramirez celebrating a birthday with Diana Poling. She is such a sweet lady. We hope you're having a good day. Peggy Townsend.
Oh.
Now another radio guy, sometimes he pops in on the Facebook live feed from Vegas.
Yeah.
JP Kemp. I worked with him years ago here locally at another radio station, and we had some adventures. We would take trips with my husband and another friend from the TV station to Laughlin.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember if we went to Vegas once or not, but he's a corporate attorney, I believe, up in the Vegas area.
Well, happy birthday.
He went radio turned attorney. Also, be behind me, another longtime friend of our family is celebrating a birthday with Richard Howard, and a few celebrities / famous people on the birthday list today for February 26th. Levi Strauss.
Oh, okay.
You might recognize that name from
Because
some
of
clothing.
pants?
Yes, as in that guy.
Denim.
Also, Johnny Cash was born on this date in 1932. Don't pay attention to it being spelled wrong.
I was kind of, okay.
I use like a 3-point font.
Chinny?
And it looks like Jenny Cash.
Jenny Cash.
And Tony Randall from The Odd Couple, he was born in 1920. Michael Bolton, and that's Domino.
Awesome.
So we have a couple musicians out there between Johnny Cash, Michael Bolton, and Fats Domino covering several genres.
You know, we have another musician. He's actually a local monster of ours, David Negron. He is turning, I don't know his age, but today is his birthday. And also another family member of mine, so she will not be put into the drawing, but Cheryl Magallanes, so we want to wish you a happy birthday as well.
Just make sure you like italicize them so I know that they're your family members.
Just remind me and I'll do it so I could just weed all those.
Nope.
You have just as much family as I do, just not in the area.
I just don't put mine on the list.
Because you know they're your family.
See, she is related to a lot of people locally.
Yes, that's part of having a large family.
Well, today is National Pistachio Day. And I like pistachios, but I don't like pistachio ice cream or anything like that. Just them by themselves.
Yes.
And I actually prefer them unsalted.
Of course you do.
They're good.
Of course you do. I like a
That's
good
their
pistachio.
natural element. And it's also National Tell a Fairy Tale Day. Do you have a favorite fairy tale?
You know what? I like them all. None of them. I don't. My favorite fairy tale.
Well, some of them, it's weird looking back to know the meanings behind them.
Yeah, some of them can be pretty dark.
Yeah, well, like the Ring Around the Rosie.
Yeah.
And some of the other ones like that.
Yeah.
It's like, and I think it's one of those things, hearing it talked about on the radio years back, drew attention to that. So now I look for the hidden meanings, or what could this possibly mean for this other one?
Well, that's kind of like what I did for all of the different Disney movies, because we grew up. My grandma and my nana thought they had a whole closet full of Disney movies. Every one you could possibly think of was there on VHS. So when we were younger, we grew up watching all of the Disney movies, and as I got older and started watching these movies, I'm like, I really don't remember it being this dark. And
Disney in general.
Yeah. and of course they're forever treasures, you know, but still I went back and I was like bawling, because I'm like, these are really sad stories most of the time. I mean, we cried during Bambi anyways, because but when you actually think about what is going on in Bambi and things, you're like, oh my gosh.
They took away Bambi's mom. A lot of them just don't have mothers in general, or they
there is a meaning behind that. Walt Disney's, I believe it was Walt Disney's father. One of them passed away when he was really young.
Okay.
So he grew up without him.
That makes sense.
And so you'll notice like there's always a stepmother and things like that, is because he lost his mother when he was
But
really
I'm
young.
wondering about the relationships. I'll read about it later. You know, the turn that they took, because he does often portray the evil stepmothers in many of the stories.
There is a story behind why it is that way. So I'll have to go back and retouch on that because it was very interesting. I'm like, it makes a lot of sense.
Well, I know you had a busy weekend. You were traveling for a wedding. I went to the comedy show here. The Saguaro Foundation presented the comedy show at the Civic Center with Paul Rodriguez, Manny Maldonado, and what was Renee's last name?
Garcia.
Renee Garcia. They were all awesome. It was such a good show. I know Anita was there. We had a wonderful time. And when we had Paul Rodriguez on last week, he talked about how, you know, it was family friendly. They're going to keep it clean.
Exactly.
There were a couple little spots of profanity, but nothing hardcore. It's nothing you're not going to see on at least 3 even network shows.
I was going to say on cable.
Anymore. And there were some bad words in Spanish I recognized too, but they were provided for effect in there. But it was a really good show, and I like to see the outpouring of support from the community. I did not win any of the raffles that they had, so I was a little sad about that.
Aww.
But they were hilarious. Manny Maldonado also was the MC for the evening, and when he was doing the drawings for the prizes that were donated by their great sponsors, it was really funny how he did that. He goes, I've never done a giveaway before.
Really?
Yeah. So he was putting his own little comedy and stuff in there, but it was really good. I liked the message, and each of them did have a message that they brought along too.
Aww.
And Paul Rodriguez talked about the recent school shooting and stuff, and how do you tie comedy into that? Well, very carefully. And there was a comedy around that situation, but not a lot of politics or anything, because some people say, well, I don't want to see them bring that to the stage. I want to come and laugh.
Yeah.
But it was a good show, and I've seen this primarily at Catholic weddings, where they tell you, turn to the person next to you and meet your neighbors and do this and that. There was kind of that scenario.
Yeah.
And it was just a little bit awkward at first. I'm like, well, I know most of the people there.
Yeah.
I took a friend with me, and she goes, everyone knows you. And then I turn around, and your dad was there.
My dad was there.
And she knows the friend that your dad had with him, too. So I go, see, now you know as many people as I do.
Exactly.
But it was a really good event. And then yesterday, I went and saw Black Panther at the movies.
Did you stay awake?
I slept for about an hour, kind of on and off.
Oh, it's a long movie, too.
It's a long movie, and I know people are raving about it, and they think the acting was phenomenal, and the storyline was in this and that. I felt it could have moved about 20% faster.
So it could have been an hour-and-a-half movie instead of a 2-hour and 15-minute movie?
I think it could have. My husband and son disagreed with me, but there were just parts that I thought were super slow, and they could have been kicked up to slow, and that would have sped things up in general.
Yeah.
And it's really funny, though, because I'm telling my son, I said, well, I woke back up when XYZ happened to Nick Cannon. He goes, Mom, Nick Cannon wasn't in the movie. It was Michael B. Jordan. I thought Nick Cannon was in this movie. They look so similar.
They do look
but
similar.
I didn't, the main guy, because I've heard a couple different interviews with him, I knew who he was, and I knew most everyone else, but I swear the whole time I thought that was Nick Cannon.
Oh, you're so funny.
Yeah, and so.
Well, at least you got a nap out of it.
I did get a nap, and the costuming, the makeup was phenomenal. It was very good. Just not my. I'm kind of tired of the superhero thing, because then I went home, and Jeff made a marathon out of everything over the weekend. It was Civil War with, I can't remember now. I can't keep them all straight.
I have no idea which one's the word.
All right.
I don't watch it. Kevin and I are into more, like we've been watching on Netflix, we've been watching Making a Murder. And I know I'm kind of late to the game on that one, but we will listen to podcasts, those detective podcasts and things like that when we're traveling and stuff. And we ended up finally stumbling upon Making a Murder. Like I said, we didn't have Netflix for a long time, so I know a lot of people were watching it right when it came out. So we're kind of catching up on a lot of stuff, and that's one that we've been more in tune with. So.
Little says Civil War is Captain America, and I was trying to think, because when you get into a lot of the Marvel stuff, they're in all these different movies, and they have the team one.
Yeah.
Was Justice League Marvel? I think so. I think so. I don't think they were DC. DC was the hot guy, the Aquaman.
I have an 8-year-old child that watches all of those, but my dad takes me to the movies for those, so I don't have to watch them until they come out on Netflix.
As I'm watching Black Panther, and you will see this when you do get around to watching it with Eli, there's one point, and I'm thinking, they simply just added that specific type of battle gear into it so they can sell it for Halloween and Christmas. It's going to be the top merchandising.
It doesn't have to be Halloween and Christmas. My son already has the mask. that lights up with a little blue on the forehead, and he's got the gloves with the Wolverine-like claws that come out.
Well, I was thinking the Hulk hands, Hulk smash, because Jace had those when he was like 8.
All of those.
And I'm thinking merchandising. They created that simply for that.
Exactly.
All right.
Real quick, we got to give a shout out to Junior, JD's son. He's giving us kisses. He's blowing us kisses.
Oh, well,
this morning.
kisses. He's so adorable. Kisses right back at you.
She said that we were getting kisses this morning. So.
Well, it is today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, Monster Media, Yuma.com. We want to let you know we are doing a couple giveaways now. We're going to start right off the bat. We have a text giveaway. And after the show, you can go back to our Facebook page. We are giving you a chance to win Phoenix Suns tickets to this Friday's game versus the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay.
And we generally do that by text, but we're going to mix it up a little bit and give our Facebook people an opportunity to win those tickets. But the text lines are open right now because we have 2 passports.
Ooh, those are hot commodities.
Yes,
Midnight at the Oasis, valued at $40. All you need to do is text the keyword MATO, M-A-T-O, to 928-343-0993 and get those in by noon today. Your entry's in by noon, and about 12:15 or so, we have to wait for the text lines to finish letting everything populate. It takes a little bit.
It takes a little bit. Even when we're trying to draw the winner, we're still getting all these texts in, and it scrolls back up to the top. So I'm like, Jen, how about I pick all the Facebook Live winners?
Because they're easier.
Because they're easier, and you pick all the other ones because it gets to be
just for that. I'm delegating.
It's okay, I'll do it. Don't worry.
Janice is back. I'm going to make her pick the winners.
But you know what? Like we mentioned, these MATO passes are hot commodity because they are the passport passes.
And they're good for any of the events.
Any of the events.
Saturday or Sunday. Just wear it around your neck. You're good to go. And so much great entertainment taking place out there. And if you are a classic car fan, it's the primo event that you need to head over to.
Definitely, most definitely.
All right, text that keyword MATO, M-A-T-O. It's time to take a break here on Today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, Monster Media, Yuma.com, and the FTS Automotive Facebook Live feed. We'll be back after the break. The show was brought to you by Classic Accounting. Make your appointment to get your 2017 taxes done at Classic Accounting at their Yuma or Foothills location. Call 343-1040 to schedule your appointment today.
And Sprague Sports, visit their partner location, Truckmates, Yuma's home for snug top shells and lids, Line-X spray and bed liners, and 3M window tinting, and BDS suspensions. You can find them on 32nd Street next to Lowe's.
And a birthday shout out because he just popped up on Facebook Live. JP, worked with him years ago. There you go. Happy birthday, Mr. Attorney. And the show's also brought to you by Quick Refrigeration. They're a family-owned and operated business, and they've been heating and cooling the Yuma area since 1955. Thank you for my heater working last night. Visit getcoolquick.com.
And Advocate Pest and Wildlife Services are locally owned and have been providing pest control services in the Yuma area for over 20 years. And right now, going on, they have a giveaway, an awesome fair giveaway, just a clue, on their Facebook page. So definitely want to go check out Advocate Pest and Wildlife Services.
After the break, Anna Wilson will be with us on Today in Yuma. Now, Little's right. He said you probably just triggered so many people. You got your DC fans
And your Marvel,
fans.
you got them all mixed up, and they're like, Jennifer!
Now, this is coming from the person who slept for an hour, half of the movie.
No, that's not half of the movie.
Okay,
An
just
hour
shy
and
it.
7.5 minutes would have been about half because it's
7.5 minutes shy.
Well, I think when Jeff stayed in,
They don't wake you up?
Well, it wasn't solid. I was trying to get comfortable. My earrings were stabbing me, so I was trying to move around. And I wouldn't have been able to do that the first weekend because I had a little more room to stretch. It was so packed the first weekend. Did you hear about some theater somewhere that accidentally started screening 50 Shades? And so the parents weren't happy.
Oh, no.
Well, yeah, because at the beginning, that's probably
I
not a
figured
good
that it
idea.
probably had an opening scene.
Not right off the bat, but within a few minutes. Yeah, not good.
Mommy, why does the Black Panther have that studded leather thing around its neck?
It's a beautiful collar.
It's a cat collar.
It's a cat collar.
Yikes.
How funny.
That's an awful mistake to make.
That is. It's funny because I don't go to the other movie theater in town because I think I would sleep through the whole.
We love that theater.
With the different chairs, I would sleep through the whole entire movie.
I heard it was comfortable.
It is.
And me, if I stop for more than, even yesterday when we got back, I was waiting for Lisa to get there, and Kevin had fallen asleep taking a nap. Eli got home, fell asleep, and took a nap. And I'm sitting there trying to catch up on Days of Our Lives from Friday. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to get up. I went outside and stood in the sun because the sun feels. I was wearing a black shirt too, so it was nice and warm. I was like, I need to get up and get off the couch, otherwise I'm going to pass out. And having that luxury and watching a movie, I wouldn't watch it.
I didn't get home till after 2 Saturday night, or Sunday morning. So I know. I slept till about 8:30, so I didn't get my normal at least
What time
7.5
did the
hours.
comedy show end?
Paul went on longer. He ended a little after 10.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like 30 minutes
Wow.
longer, I think.
Oh, like 45
Was it
minutes
that long?
longer.
It was
Yeah.
Wow.
good.
Because he was like, oh, I've already talked for 30 minutes longer than I should. And then he did a whole other, like, set.
Yeah, he just kept going.
At
and
least you
that's
got
what
your
was
money's
good.
worth,
But I mean,
yeah.
his interaction with the crowd was good.
It was great.
We went out and grabbed like a little appetizer and soda afterwards, and by the time I got home, so that was my nap. So I did not get a real nap yesterday. I did take one Saturday so I could stay out after 10.
Leslie said, I just got a lesson in DC and Marvel from her husband since they're going to Magic Mountain tomorrow. He wanted to make sure we got the right shirts. Smart. Very smart.
As a general rule, the DC comics are darker in the grittiness of how they're also filmed.
Yeah.
I think Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
and this is the only one I can think of right now.
Batman.
Um.
Batman is DC.
Okay. Yeah.
Batman.
Aquaman is DC also. Wait, no, he's Justice League, but is
Justice League is
that-
DC.
It is DC.
Yes.
Okay. What's the Avengers or the
Avengers are Marvel.
Okay.
Justice League
All right.
is DC.
Okay.
As I understand
gotcha.
it.
Anita's
All right.
going to have to tell us a lesson.
Superman is Superman and Batman are Justice League with Wonder Woman, Aquaman. Is there a bird guy in there? We used to watch the cartoon.
Falcon? Falcon? Isn't that a guy?
Who?
Falcon?
But
There's the Hawk.
Hawk?
Hawkman.
Who knows? You ready?
Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm
dear Lord.
Teresa.
Our guest with us this morning, we have Anna Wilson with Yuma Assisted Living. Thank you so much for coming in. Let's pull that mic a little bit
Yes,
closer
put it
to
on
you.
close there.
uh-oh, it's getting caught.
Oh, hang on.
There you go.
There we go.
I need it on the spot.
Good morning.
Good. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
And I understand we may have some of your fans listening back
yes.
at work.
Yes, my coworkers and some of the residents are listening.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, we want to talk about Yuma Assisted Living today because you guys have remodeled the facility
Yes.
and there's an open house coming up and the community can come on out.
Yes, it is open to the community. We have remodeled the grounds. In fact, it's still going on. It's going in phases. But so far, everything looks amazing. Anybody who has gone to that facility before will not recognize it.
So let us know the location of the facility.
We're at 2600 South 4th Avenue, right between McDonald's and Arby's. Can't beat it.
I remember it as the Clarion for years.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that I'd gone to a chamber event. That was the last time that I had been there. So,
Before that, I think it was the Ramada, wasn't it?
Radisson.
The
Radisson.
the original
Radisson,
Radisson
there you
was
go.
there.
Yeah.
So it had operated as a hotel for
Yes.
some time. And there was a facility there before you guys came in, but we want to let people know it's completely different.
Completely different. We have some of the same staff. We still have some of the same residents, but we are under new ownership. Our name changed to Yuma Senior Living. Our grand opening is going to be phenomenal. Hospice Compassus is sponsoring the drinks. We're having gourmet hors d'oeuvres prepared by our culinary team, which the food there is absolutely amazing.
Well, we have Steph Dominguez watching us,
Yes.
Denise, and we also have Jessica, and
Yes.
they all say hello, and there's,
Well,
a, bunch,
hello,
there's a bunch of
everybody.
hearts involved.
Now, you said the name had been changed to Yuma Senior Living. So
Senior
this
Living.
is just it's another option for literally senior living. I know there's only a couple here.
Yes.
But and is it still assisted living though?
It is still assisted living. We wanted to get away from the assisted living because when folks hear assisted living, they think more in the lines of nursing home, and we're not. We provide independent living for our residents. We have some residents that still drive, go out golfing, go on
Really?
vacation. And then we have residents who do need that assistance with, day-to-day ADLs such as bathing and dressing, which is a lot of the services that we provide.
And the grand opening is taking place this week. And how long has this kind of been in the making? How long have you guys been working on the remodel?
About 2 months. We've been planning the grand opening. The remodel has been going on pretty much since the ownership took over in November. It started out with the front of the building. I don't know if you saw the new rock and landscaping
I
that's
did.
gone out there. And then it's progressed to our courtyard. We have a bocce ball court now.
That is huge for, have you ever heard of bocce ball?
Yes.
Teresa?
Never played it, but I've heard it.
Okay,
Yes.
it's like one of the big things too that takes place when they have the little Winter Senior Olympics here
Yeah.
through the
Yes.
city. It's one of the very popular
Yes,
sports.
we're
they
going to have cornhole. We're going to have horseshoes. We're going to have that beautiful outdoor activity area. Just landscaping. The landscaping alone looks beautiful. Our back courtyard is just phenomenal. It's so relaxing. Just sit under the citrus trees by the fountain and just relax.
And it's a large property.
We're on 4.5 acres and we have 151 units.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so we can house up to 202 folks there.
Okay. Are there some double occupancy rooms? then?
Double occupancy. Yep.
And how would those work?
Usually husband and wives.
Okay.
Take those apartments, and then we have our independent folks that like the bigger apartments, so they can choose those as well.
And when did you say the grand opening is?
It's going to be March 2nd from 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. We're going to have live entertainment there as well, provided by Oscar Chavez Sr.
So that's fantastic. And like you said, this was, I like the idea. It wasn't assisted living before, and like you said, I like the whole rebranding and the name
Yes.
change, so the senior living. Now, it like you said, it's not a nursing home, but you still have the assisted part in there. Is this something that will be covered by insurance, or?
We do take Arizona long-term care banner. Medicare will not cover a facility like this, but there are some private long-term care insurance plans that you'll pay the facility and then get reimbursed by them.
Sounds good.
But it does sound like a 4.5 acre facility.
Yes.
It's not lacking anything.
Nothing. We
And-
have a lot of amenities. We have a beauty barber shop on site.
Wow.
They're there every Monday. That is put on by Jesse James. He owns the barber shop on Pacific.
Oh, Jesse helped us judge Mr. Yuma
Yes,
this year.
Yes, so he provides the staff, the equipment, everything there. They're open every Monday. We have activities throughout the day, Bible studies, bingo, which is our biggest draw. We just have a multitude of things going on.
Now,
here.
Anna, with all of these activities, is there an activities coordinator on site?
Yes, we do have an activities director,
There has to
Stephanie
be.
Dominguez.
Oh,
Shout
there
out.
you go. Now, do you still have room? Have you already started taking residencies?
We do have quite a bit of apartments available. I have about 81 residents now, so we're
good.
almost at half capacity. But we're extremely affordable. We don't have that community fee that a lot of the other facilities have, and our rates start out from $1,450 up to $3,400.
But basically, considering you have everything you need right there.
Yes, all amenities are
Like,
included.
If you're maintaining your own home, and it
Yep.
can be challenging for
It
some
can.
of our older community members. You would have the whether it's a mortgage or the insurance and
Exactly.
your utilities. So
Exactly.
some people look at that and say that's a big price tag. Yes,
Yeah.
but have you broken everything else down?
Yeah,
Cindy had a question. She says, what is the minimum age requirement?
there is none.
There is none.
There is none. My youngest is 41 years old.
Really?
Yeah, and our oldest is 98.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. And we also are extremely pet friendly. We have a little bark park at the end of one of our buildings by the elevator, so our residents with dogs can take them out there and they can run around and play and
That is
enjoy the outdoors.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's in close proximity to a lot of things too. If
We're
you do-
centrally located.
Yes, if you have some of the more upwardly mobile members of the community that want to
Mhm.
get out and just see things, a lot of things are within walking distance.
Exactly.
Though you said there are still quite a few that drive.
Yes, they do drive. And we also have every other week Walmart trips, since it's the one-stop shop for
Yeah.
everything. And the residents love that because they love to go out and see other folks.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I love all the activities and obviously some primo food too. If you have chefs there.
Yes, it is absolutely delicious. He makes taco salads. Meatloaf is amazing. The food is absolutely delicious, and it's home-cooked type meals.
Again, our guest, Anna Wilson, is here from Yuma Senior Living there on 4th Avenue, right across from McDonald's. That's always my landmark to know where to turn from the time I have been at events over there. And again, quite a few units left if you're looking for yourself, or maybe you have a parent or a family member, maybe a grandparent, and you weren't exactly sure about some of the different facilities in town. Well, that's why we have Anna here to talk about this, to let you know there is the open
options.
house.
Yes.
Yeah, go, regardless of where you end up going, you need to check out and research your facilities.
Definitely. And whenever I have tours, I let them know, just go check the other facilities. You have to have that feel with each facility and see which one fits you the best.
And are tours available on a regular basis?
Yes, I'm there Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Just call me if you need extended hours, and I can stay later or even come in on the weekends to do tours.
All right. And do you guys have a website?
Yes, it's yumaseniorliving.com.
All right. And if people have questions, Anna, but maybe they're not able to make it down for this week, but they still want to perhaps start talking with someone there, how can they call you?
Yes, my direct line is 928-388-6846.
Fantastic.
Again, that open house is March 2nd, and the times again?
5 p.m. to 7:30.
5 to 7:30 p.m. Food, entertainment, and go check out your options if you're interested.
And that Oscar Chavez family, they've been everywhere. This is the 4th different story that we've shared with our audience where they've been providing entertainment.
Oh, they're absolutely amazing.
And they're phenomenal.
Yes.
And they're like staples in the Yuma community. So I
They
know
are.
that they're a go-to because, you know, they do a great job.
They do, and our residents love them.
All right. Again, if you'd like to check out the website, yumaseniorliving.com, or you can give Anna a call at 388-6846.
Correct.
All right. If you didn't get all that, you can give us a call later at the station. You know where to find us.
Yep.
We'll be more than happy to share that information with you.
Yep, or you can always go back later and watch the Facebook Live feed. And if you have any questions, if you're listening on the radio and you're not able to ask the question, you can always go back to the Facebook Live feed and post the questions there, and we will get the answers for you.
All right. Our guest today, Anna Wilson. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. It was a joy being on. Thank
Well,
you.
we're excited to see the different changes that are coming forth over at Yuma Senior Living. All right, it's Today in Yuma. We are going to take a break. We need to take our Lotus Day Spa and Salon selfie with Anna out in the courtyard. We'll be back after the break. The show is brought to you by Classic Accounting. They have 30 years of experience and knowledge to benefit you. Ask about their advanced program. You can get up to a $2,500 advance while your tax refund processes. No additional fees or APR cost if you use the program. Call 343-1040.
And Sprague's Sports, check out the Sprague's difference. Buy, sell, trade, or consign firearms with free expert appraisals. Sprague's offers local price matching and a lifetime warranty. You can find them on 32nd Street next to Lowe's.
And Quick Refrigeration, they're here to ensure your comfort in Yuma year-round. They offer commercial and residential service, and they also offer 24-hour emergency service. Visit getcoolquick.com.
And Advocate Pest and Wildlife Services offers wildlife control like feral cat trapping, snake and skunk relocation, and pigeon extraction. You can give them a call at 928-343-9149. Like them on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
It's Today in Yuma. We'll be back with Howard Blitz from the Freedom Library after the break.
All right.
Thank you for also picking our winner.
All 5 of them.
Who was the final winner? We had a,
Lenny Diaz.
there was a question.
Al Dog.
Oh, yes, that's L Dog.
No, the question I think was the pizza.
Yes, we're good. That's in my next note to it.
Okay.
The pizza winner is Jessica. If your name's Jessica, check your texts. A floral thing going on, right? Put you right in the middle here. Now we're gonna face that engineering door. There we go.
Smile.
It is. It's super flowery.
It is.
It's nice meeting you. Thank you very much.
So much.
Thank
Well,
you.
try and get over there. We have the Mato things taking place, so there's stuff.
We're a
We'll
little
try and
bit.
see if we
A
can
little.
do this and get over.
Definitely. And if not, just swing by anytime just to see the new facility.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna.
Tell everyone we said hi.
I will.
Howdy, Howard.
How are you, Jen? Hey, Dee, how are you?
Good.
The ladies doing all right? Everybody doing all right?
Oh, yeah. We're ornery as ever.
That's all right. Way to be. It is chilly.
It's a little bit chilly. It takes me a second to warm back up.
Oh, really? It was really chilly this morning out walking.
Goofy. She already knows she won because she told me her name. So.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
And it was a good prize. Do you know what the next week is?
I need to get with them and figure it out.
Are you giving away passes?
Yeah, we're doing the passports.
We're
Yep.
doing passes for Mayto. We got Suns tickets. We got pizza giveaways. We got
Firehouse subs.
Firehouse sub
We
giveaways.
have another Facebook contest for the Roy Orbison Years tribute concert tomorrow night at the Historic Yuma Theater.
Oh, nice.
And then I think the
A lot
other,
going on.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like,
Who says nothing happens in Yuma?
It was funny because when we were in Wickenburg this weekend, one of the ladies was like, "Where are you guys from?" We were talking to her and stuff, and she goes, "What do you guys do there? I heard it, because it's a small town." And I go, "It's actually a lot bigger than you think, and there's a lot more going on than you would really." And I kind of just named off what was going on last weekend and then what's going on this weekend. She was like, "Oh, I had no idea."
Really?
Yeah.
There's just... And even in the summertime.
there's quite a
There's a
few
lot of
activities here
activity
in
going on in
the
the
summer.
summertime. I mean, obviously, ramps
Some
up
might be
in the winter.
indoors, but
Or at the river and
Yeah.
involving water, but
Oh, that's okay.
all right, you ready?
Yep. Welcome to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
Threw you there for a loop for a minute because I
No.
forgot my name.
I was like, no, I knew you. You did the intro, so at least we're not going a little crazy today.
You guys have been working a lot together so long, you're beginning to look and sound alike.
We get that a lot.
Blending together over time. Well, we did have a question via our Facebook Live feed. They wanted to know if we had announced the winner of the Ronnie's Pizza giveaway yet.
Yes.
The winner is Jessica Ramirez.
Oh, well, congratulations! She's getting an
Yes.
extra large pepperoni
She's
pizza. Right?
over the month we did a different giveaway each week and they progressively got larger, and
Yeah.
she is the winner of an extra large one topping pizza valued at $22.07. So stay tuned. We will let you know about further giveaways involving Ronnie's Pizza because that text line was on fire.
Oh, yes, it was definitely.
All right, now next up with us in the studio, no stranger to the station, we have Howard Blitz from the Freedom Library.
Hey, Jen, how you doing?
Good.
Hi, Teresa.
Hello, welcome
Morning.
back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me back. I appreciate it.
We're going to talk about food some more.
We're going to talk about it. What else do you want to talk about? I mean, what else is there to talk about?
It's our favorite
That's what
thing.
everybody talks about. It's food. God forbid we should do something without food. No, we are having a food deal. Wednesday night, Freedom Library's taking over Lutz Casino, and they are being so generous to donate a portion of the sales that evening to the Freedom Library Education and Scholarship Program. So we really, really appreciate that. So it's this Wednesday at Lutz downtown there, 221 South Main Street, from 4 to 8 p.m.
And do they just, are a portion of all the sales, or do they
Or-
need
no.
a flyer? So,
No, I just mentioned that.
okay,
you know,
you're there for the Freedom Library?
Yeah, you just mentioned you're there for the Freedom Library, and they'll donate a portion of all sales. Plus, I think we're gonna have a 50-50 and a door prize raffle, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So, and we'll be selling books down there too. So if you want to buy some books, you can do that as well. But we're all about books. We're all about learning, and that's what we do at the Freedom Library. As you well know, we teach the U.S. Constitution and economics, and the classes are going on right now. So if you'd like to come by on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Freedom Library, you may.
And how full are the classes, Howard?
They're kind of light this year. I mean, it's just very strange. There's like maybe 4 or 5 in the Constitution. Well, about the same, about 5 in each class.
So
right now.
your odds are pretty good.
Yeah, your odds are very good at getting a scholarship. Now you're too late. You know, we're 6 weeks into the program right now. I can't believe we're halfway through this thing already for this semester. But you can sign up for the fall because we start again in August and go another 12 weeks, and we'll award those scholarships in December. But yeah, they really are good opportunity to earn a scholarship.
Well, and that's what I was going to say, because you usually do more than one session in the year, so there is more opportunities for you to get in there. And like you said, you have a really good chance of getting a scholarship with
Yeah.
only a little bit of people.
Yeah, I mean, if you write you're not guaranteed it. Even the people there aren't guaranteed. You got to write a decent paper, And we have a scholarship committee that evaluates the papers, and if it's done well, then you'll earn the scholarship.
What I like too, though, Howard, is you incorporate some different interactive speaking engagements and different things throughout the course of the year too.
Yes, we do.
It's not just this is the curriculum. We're going to read things to you, and you're going to learn it. You know, we had the gentleman here within the last month who did the presentation. Remind me of his name, because
Frederick Douglass.
There you go.
Yep.
Frederick Douglass
Yep.
came in, and Teresa and I were able to do a little behind-the-scenes interview with him. And this man is in character the whole time.
Oh yeah.
It's almost eerie in a way.
It really is, because all of these, because they are actors. All of these actors that you bring in, they do such a good job in embodying that character that when I was telling Jen that when we were interviewing him, it was hard to keep it, Frederick Douglass, and then his name was Frederick as well.
Yeah, it was.
So, but to ask him personal questions, not necessarily about actual Frederick Douglass, but you get so engulfed in the story that it's like you want to ask more questions about this life that he, quote unquote, lived when he really didn't live that life. But he's done so much research on it that he really embodies it.
Yeah, these guys all do. They're professional actors, and they know their characters so well that they do, like you said, they embody this guy. They actually become that person, and you as an audience member
You get
feel like
sucked
you're in
in.
the presence of the guy.
Yeah.
And you can learn so much from him, especially this guy, Frederick Douglass, because he's the epitome of what America's all about. Bringing himself up out of slavery to become an entrepreneur. That's pretty good.
You don't have a million of those stories,
No.
especially from that time.
No, but that's what America's all about, and
The land of opportunity.
Yes, it is. As long as the government stays out of the way and let you do that.
And that's one of the
That's
things.
the problem we have in this country today. There's so much government involvement that it restrains the person from basically doing that. We become slaves in a sense.
Well, and that's why I like the Freedom Library and your curriculum, because to me it takes it back to the way that we learned our history and economics back in the day when I was in high school. Which the curriculum has changed dramatically since then, and there's a lot of things that they don't teach anymore. And I think it's important for us to know these things, like you said. Know the limitations of your government. Know what they can and cannot do by the Constitution itself, what it actually says. So I think the Freedom Library is very necessary in the community.
Well, thanks for all your support. I mean, thanks for the community support. We get support from around the country too. So it's really nice that there's a lot of people that really believe in freedom and individual liberty. I don't know of anybody that doesn't, to be honest with you. Okay? Nobody wants to be a slave. And it's just a matter of what limits do we put on government. And that's what these guys were doing a couple hundred years ago when they were writing the document. They were trying to figure out, okay, what limits do we put on this thing? Because if you don't put limits on it, then you have what goes on around the world today. I mean, you can see it in the vast majority of the places on the planet. Dictatorships, emperors, kings, queens, monarchs, that kind of things. And so it goes on all over the place, and that's one of the reasons, probably the major reason, people want to come here. I mean, it's a compliment that people want to come here. It's a compliment to us.
Yeah, definitely.
And we shouldn't be so negative about immigration and all this stuff. I mean, big deal. Everybody's getting so uptight about it, but I don't. We shouldn't be.
Do you think people have, and I know they've always been uptight to a certain extent, but with all the platforms now available to people to speak their mind, we all know everyone has opinions.
That's
and
good.
People are certainly sharing them now.
Yeah, that's good. In the day 200 years ago, they didn't have the technology that we've got today.
No.
So in a way, I mean, it can be good and bad. There's good and bad to everything. There's positives and negatives. But the positive side is that we can all express our opinions and listen to them and digest them and decide for ourselves whether or not we agree with it or not. We need to be civil about it, for crying out loud. We don't need to be taking up arms. These guys 200 years ago gave us a very, very peaceful method of abolishing our government and changing our government out. We don't have to go down to Washington, D.C. and burn the Capitol building down. I mean, but that's how they do it in a lot of places around the planet.
Yeah.
It's very chaotic and very violent. But we don't have to be that way. We can be civil about it. We can discuss. That's why we have discussion. That's why they set up the 3 branches, so that people can discuss this stuff. And so we're very, very fortunate to have such an environment.
Yes, we
But
are.
it can be lost. It can be lost if we don't pay attention.
Well, this is just another opportunity
Yep.
of how you can get involved and help the Freedom Library, and it's just as simple as you going out for dinner on
That's
Wednesday.
it. Just come down to Blitz Casino Wednesday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and have some dinner, and donate to the Freedom Library at the same time. Freedom Library thanks you. Freedom Library thanks Blitz Casino for taking the time to do this for us. Thanks.
The Lutz family, they're always big supporters of many of our community events. And
They do a lot of
organizations.
takeovers. They do a lot of takeovers
yes,
for
our
for a lot
schools,
of nonprofits in the organization, especially our schools.
And now, Howard, if anybody has any questions or are interested in maybe taking classes from the Freedom Library, how do they go about doing that?
They can call 928-246-2327, or they can send an email to info at freedomlibrary.org.
I know you're on Facebook too.
Yep.
Right.
Facebook as well.
Lots of ways you can track Howard down.
You bet.
All right, our guest today, Howard Blitz with the Freedom Library. That's Wednesday 4 to 8 at Lutz Casino to benefit the Freedom Library Education and Scholarship Program. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Teresa, for having me. I
course, of
appreciate it very much.
It is today in Yuma. It's time to take our Lotus Day Spa and Salon selfie with Howard out in the courtyard. We'll be back with the show after the break. Remember, get those entries in for the Suns tickets. We are doing that giveaway on our Facebook page, or text the keyword MATO, M-A-T-O, to 928-343-0993 to enter to win 2 passports to this week's Midnight at the Oasis events. We'll be back after the break.
Well, you just run this thing.
Well-oiled machine.
Like a
The
well-oiled
hour
machine.
goes by really fast.
I'm sure it does. Man, oh man. This is great. All right.
Come on, over here. Look at the wall.
I know, we need that says smile right there, right?
Is there?
Smile. Yeah, we need to put a paper up there that just says smile, so that people know to look right there.
Thanks, Howard.
Thanks, ladies.
Bye, Howard.
All right, take care. Be well.
Darcy was all, I love how you coordinated your outfits today. We don't do it on purpose. Only like
Catch a Friday.
Cat Shirt Friday ones and some, but most of the time when we batch, it's not done on purpose. It's just great minds think alike. I put it out there in the universe when I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to wear. What is Jen wearing?
We Skype.
No, what's funny is when all of us match.
I know.
Oh, we got the memo.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, the waitress lady that we were talking to, she was like, "What is there to do in Yuma?" I'm like, "What isn't there to do?" Because we were talking about like, what do you guys do in Waco? She goes, "If it doesn't have to do with roping, off-roading, and eating, there's really nothing to do here." And then she asked where we were from, and that's when I was like, "Oh my gosh, there's so much to do in Yuma." Sometimes it takes.
That inflatable race was on Saturday.
I know, I missed
I
it.
saw- So it took me a while to figure it out because I knew they were all wearing similar shirts. So I'm like, oh, that's right, that was this weekend.
It was at the pack. Where
I
was
think
it?
it was at the fairgrounds.
Was it? Because on Friday when we were leaving, I saw them getting out all of the inflatables around the pack. Maybe they were just testing them there. I don't know. But I saw them getting them out.
Someone had texted me and said, "What's going on at the fairgrounds?" Because she couldn't see it on the marquee, and she lives by there. And I drove by later, and they had a bunch of the inflatables there too. The parking lot was full, and I ran into one of the guys. We were having lunch, and I go, "Oh, that's today." I said, "How was it?" He goes, "It was harder than I thought because you said you get in the bouncy houses and stuff." He goes, "It's hard to move around in some of those." I know they have the giant slides and stuff. And it was still, you get out there and you start working up the sweat, it's okay, but it was chilly.
I have to ask Ashley because I know she did it and see how she liked it. I knew I was going to be out of town, so I didn't
plan for it.
It looked like it was going to be a lot of fun though. And I'm glad they're doing those things here because they're big in all the other cities around us.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they make a stop.
Well, it started off with the color runs, and I think things kind of spiral from there. It's just another way of getting people out and active, and their family events too.
And Yuma is big on that. If you make it family friendly, you're going to have a good turnout.
Air show. When's the air show?
March 17th, St. Patrick's Day.
I need to find my St. Patrick's shirt. I think I hung it up.
Mine's probably. I have a rocking chair in my room.
I see my green one from last year, but I was like, now that I think about it, I'm like, the one Jennifer got us is hilarious.
It is hilarious.
I don't remember if I hung it up or put it in the drawer.
Mine's in the drawer. I know where mine is. The boys saw it. I brought it home when I brought it home. And they're like, those are, that has so many wrong things on it.
Well, I laid it on the couch so Kevin could see it, and he was just shaking his head like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's pretty much the look I get when I put my new ones on. They both look at me and shake their heads. The cat supports me though.
All right, you ready?
Yep. Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
We want to thank both of our guests today. We had Anna Wilson from Yuma Senior Living on with us, and then Howard Blitz from the Freedom Library. Both great events. We have the open house for Yuma Senior Living coming up this Friday, and then Howard's event at Lutz Casino is on Wednesday. Now let's talk a little bit about your weekend travel for the wedding.
Yes, we went out of town to a little town called Wickenburg, Arizona. And I had never been there, had no idea what Wickenburg was actually about. So I was a little skeptical going in. We went for Kevin's cousin Ryan Root and his now bride Fallon. So Ryan and Fallon, congratulations! They got married this weekend at a place called Los Caballeros. It was such a beautiful. It's like a golf resort. It was so beautiful, so beautiful. But going into the weekend, I didn't know what to expect because. We're going to Wickenburg. I said, okay. And all I knew that it was going to be cold. And that it was going to be super cold. But
is it a higher elevation?
Yeah, it is. It is. And it's near, Peoples Valley, Prescott area, things like that. And it was chilly. If you sat in the sun most of the time, you were okay. But once the sun went down, you better have a big heavy jacket on because it was definitely chilly. But I was really surprised with what Wickenburg actually had to offer because it has a lot of history there. There's a lot of history in Wickenburg, and on Saturday we were able to walk around and kind of get a little bit of that history. And as you walk around, I want to call it Old Town because that's the feel you get. You get the saloons, you get the wooden siding on the buildings and things like that. And actually, the first night we ate at Anita's Cocina.
Oh,
and it was delicious. Mexican food, of course, but it was definitely delicious. It's one of the higher. I think it got like 4.5 stars. One of the higher ratings in Wickenburg, but. It is definitely full of a lot of history, and as you walk around Old Town right there, you'll see a lot of different statues and things. And we didn't know this at first. We were laughing at them because it looks like this miner's pulling a donkey and things like that. But when you actually push, there's a button there. If you push the button, you get a little bit of history. They give you a little bit of history on the town and how it was founded on the gold rush. The Hacienda River was full of all this gold, and they actually said if you really think about it, the way that things worked, they found enough gold where they started Phoenix. So they're like, Wickenburg is actually the mother of Phoenix. And I was like, when you think about it, I was like, holy cow, I guess that's a lot of gold. That's a lot of gold that they had to find. But it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, and there's a lot of things to do. So definitely worth the trip obviously for the wedding, but just walking around Wickenburg itself was really, really cool.
Well, their population from the 2010 census was just under 6,400. So it is a smaller community. To me, it kind of, my hometown of Safford has about 10,000 people, but looking at the stock image they have, just in a regular search, looks similar to me like Safford, but also Main Street here in Yuma.
Yeah,
they kind of have that old town type of feel.
It really does.
And it's it looks like their elevation is 2,057 feet. That's where it comes in at.
That's where it comes in.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's really looks like
they have a
cool place to go.
They're big enough to have a roundabout that was very scary, by the way.
scary as the one I shared the other day?
Pretty close.
The car that just
no,
launched
it was
over it?
it was definitely pretty close because they actually have the roundabout comes off the interstate, kind of like our one on Guest Parkway. But you have three entrances into this roundabout, and if you hit the end of town and you don't want to continue to go on the outside of town, there's still more stuff past that a little bit, but most of the stuff is on on the other side of the roundabout. And Papa took it I about died.
A little too fast?
No, not necessarily too fast. A little scared because you have all these vehicles, kind of, all these vehicles coming in at once, and it's like, just stay in your lane, just stay in your lane, just stay in your
Leslie
lane.
knows about it. She says that roundabout is scary.
It is, and it's funny because it's actually, we stayed at the Best Western right there by the roundabout, and so I would watch these people coming off to pull out into their street, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my goodness, I thought our roundabout was bad. Definitely not as bad as this one. It is scary.
Well,
So.
what's funny, you talked about how you were out for one of the evenings or lunch, and someone from that area found out you're from Yuma. Well, what's there to do there?
Exactly. And no, because we were asking, what is there to do? What do you guys do in Wickenburg? What is there to do in Wickenburg? And she said, if it doesn't have to do with roping, there was a roping in town that weekend too. If it doesn't have to do with roping, off-roading, and eating, there's really nothing to do. And then we told her we were from Yuma, and she goes, well, what is there to do in Yuma? And I was like, Yuma gets a bad rap. It really does. A lot of people view it as a pass-through town, and it was funny, so I started kind of naming things off. I said, there's actually a lot of things to do. And she goes, do you guys have a Walmart? I go, we have 3. And she goes, oh, well, you're ahead of us. They won't put a Walmart there.
Sometimes in the smaller towns,
Yeah.
a lot of the community might not
Sure,
want
we
them
have
because
4.
it hurts. We have San Luis also. It hurts mom and pop locations.
Yeah, it does. And they I guess Walmart had bought some land out a little bit further out from their town, but they still haven't done anything with it. But they had a Starbucks, so I was happy about that because I got my tea. It was inside the Safeway, but it was a small town, and I loved that a block away from the roundabout they actually have like the main crossing between the north side and the east side of Old Town area. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, this has got to be bad. People coming off of this roundabout, and then not even a block later, you have this crosswalk. But they actually put kind of like they do at the city buildings, where they have you push the button and it lights
light
up.
flashes.
So it lights up, and and people were actually really good about slowing down when they see people in the crosswalk.
Well,
it was
see,
just a really cool experience.
But the example of the lady saying, oh, if it's not roping or something here, there's nothing to do. You can encounter the same people in Yuma that are going to say, oh, there's nothing to do here.
Yeah, true.
It's depends on what exposure she has to the community. She might be miserable living there too. Oh, there's nothing to do here. And sometimes if you talk to the younger people, they don't feel that there's a lot offered for them, even here. But you just have to dig a little deeper because there's a lot of things taking place.
Well, and to get out and put yourself out there and do these things, and that's what she said. There's not a lot for these kids to do here. I'm like, well, if your family is big into ranching and roping, there's a lot of things that those kids can do. Maybe not things that they necessarily want to do now, but there's a lot of things to do here.
Go and see it. They don't necessarily have to participate and do rodeo kind of things either.
Exactly.
But the spectator experience is really interesting too.
It is.
Well, speaking of the events, we have Midnight at the Oasis coming up.
Woohoo!
We have the downtown rally on Thursday.
Yes.
The fun run. There's the little tour that they take on Friday. What's that
The
called?
cruise.
Yeah, the cruise. The cruise in.
Uh-huh.
We've got concerts Friday night and Saturday, both during the day and at night, and then wrapping things up on Sunday. The show and shine Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Lots of opportunities to see everything out there. You can go to their website at midnightattheoasis.net, and there's a printable schedule if you'd like to just take that with you if you're trying to plan several times. That's why the passports are such a great value, and we're giving them away. Just text the keyword MATO, M-A-T-O, to 928-343-0993, and it is a great value if you plan to head on over there several times. And like we had last week, all the guys from the Caballeros de Yuma, there's going to be just a variety of some of the classic music taking place and a lot of fun.
Yes, it is a lot of fun. And one thing Captain Midnight, Rodney, actually wanted to get out there that he didn't get a chance to when he was here, is he wanted to let the Yuma community know, all the money that is raised from Midnight at the Oasis turns around and goes right back to the
Into
community
the
for their
community. It
does,
scholarships
yes.
and things like that.
They-
They don't keep a cent.
I don't know if it's going on now or if it just opened or just closed. I saw Jeff Cammon share something recently about their scholarships. I think they're just opening, but they provide so many scholarship opportunities in the community, and they help out other agencies.
Yes, they do.
And they do things year round. You know, we have the large events that we talk about, but they're doing things 12 months a year.
Yes,
Maybe
they
not large events that we're all aware of, but they're helping out organizations.
Yes, they are. And real quick, you did mention the cruise. The cruise is going to take the same route that it always does every year. Starts at the swamp meet, and it goes down to County 14, down to Avenue B, up 32nd Street, and back around to the complex. Now, I just do want to put a shout out there. Please be careful on Friday evening because it starts at 4:30. And there's going to be a lot of people parked on the side of the road, slowing down to pull off the roads and things like that. So just definitely want to be aware of your surroundings if you are in that area of 32nd Street and Avenue B on Friday.
We will have a lot of extra traffic plus our traditional heavier traffic
Yes,
flow as a result of our
definitely.
winter season.
Yes.
All right, it's Today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com. Thank you all for tuning in, both on Z93 and Outlaw Country, or the FTS Automotive Facebook Live feed. We will see you tomorrow morning. Coming up, we have Allison from Arizona Western College and Derek Egbert talking about a day of development here in Yuma. Z93 and Outlaw Country, KCYK Yuma and KLJZ Yuma. Hi, Linda. Bye, Linda. Thank you, Anita. Have a great day,
All right,
everyone.
we'll see you tomorrow.